Alright, welcome to day 4, Megaman 11. We're at the Wily stages. I did a little bit of farming off recording because I had some audio issues. But this guy's
on the threshold of the final battle. Please be fully prepared before you go further.
I wasn't going to be fully prepared, but when your dad says please, you better do it, you know?
Okay, Mega. What'll it be?
So I don't have all the items. Don't tell me what I missed, because I'll just find out when I beat the game, because I don't look up anything until after I beat the game for the first time. So I assume there's like something. Or maybe you just don't get them in superhero mode. So here we are. And then I have enough money for 45 E-tanks, so I've got 54 E-tanks to burn through. Let's do it. Oh, man. Unfortunately, I give that a 0 out of 10 because you don't see the eyebrows twitch like you do in the first 10 games. Or if you do, they're not as, like, obvious as they are in the other ones. I'm gonna be really annoyed if there's another Black Devil. Well, that's interesting. Do they make it so that you don't have to, you don't have to do all of them? Uh-oh. I don't know how to get through it. Game over. It was a good run, guys. I think there's not a single section in the game that requires rush coil. Which is funny to think about. Oh, you actually don't... Oh, it's a gear thing. Ha! Lol. It's one of the... I kind of want to make a podcast about, like, pet peeves I have in modern games. And one of them is when the graphics are too smooth to where, like, you can't tell the background is actually a thing. Which is funny, because back in the day, the problem was the graphics were too terrible, so you couldn't tell what thing was a background and what was a foreground. And this one, you can't tell which is the foreground. Damn traffic cones. Wily's a cop. Gotta remember the tools. Oh. I gotta watch the shadows, that's right. It's now at that moment that I realized I have the one thing turned off. So I'm gonna mess up the menus a lot, because I have shoot and jump reversed. But it doesn't reverse them in the menus, for some reason. Oh yeah! Also, the thing to point out to new viewers is that I'm using the Steam controller. And the only problem I had was some bad responsiveness when I was using the wireless version of it, but that's because I think it's because I'm technically playing through a table, because I'm sitting on my laptop. Ooh, I like it. Because I'm sitting on my laptop. So I was kind of like playing through a solid surface. So I'm not sure how I feel about this stage. One of the things I like about the Wily stages is that, in some of them anyway... Jeez, that was close. Sorry, concentrating. Woohoo! Alright. Anyways, I was saying is that I kind of like the Wily stages being like a homage to like everything you've done so far, and these gears are all new. Which in itself is pretty cool, but I gotta like the homage stuff. T-Hunter can disagree if he wants. I kind of put him as the Megaman expert alongside myself, because I like just played all of them, not only once, but probably like dozens of times each, except for the new ones, just because there hasn't been time to yet. Alright, now to actually pay attention to the pattern. Ah, okay, it's one of those. Ah, he wanted to do that. Although I could cheat and speed gear through. gonna take a bit. Oh. I was just saying that it feels like the Wily stages and the other Megamans feel like an homage to whatever you've done so far. Whereas this one actually introduced, like, brand new mechanics, like the gears here. Because these things aren't in any other level. Or if they are, I just don't remember. So while I'm on day 4, it's not my 4th day in a row. Oh, damn it! So because I only have the 2 lives, it will take a little longer to get through them. But that's okay. I guess I could achieve actually have a weapon that could kill this. Okay, not that one. Nope, not that one. What about this one? Do it. Nope. There's usually a weapon in one of these that can do it. Not that one. Not that one. Nope. Not this one. Oh yeah, there we go. Even got an achievement for it. So one of the pros about this is that you can do weapons like this with the Steam controller. And just press it down if you want normal. Yeah, I heard about the dev doing questionable things when it comes to Skullgirls. Ah, bull! Do it one more time. Alright. I'll just wait and then speed gear through. And it's always better to cancel the speed gear so that you don't get burnout. Let's see, maybe I'm going to be playing with the weapons a lot here. I didn't really do it at all during this game. Cool. This one's a fire shot. Alright. Watch the shadows. Okay. I knew to wait, but I waited too long. I could have just go for it and just race it. Woo! And then the speedrunners are better at, like, finding the item that, like, gets in the thing. It's just not the same without the sound. You need the, like, boom, boom, boom. I don't want to just cheat here, to be honest. Just gotta remember the energy's shared. Oh, it just kicks you off. Okay, I think it did that in the old ones, now that I think about it. Alright. Hoo-ha-hoo! Yeah! Now remember, speed up against the big guys. That's true. Plus Mega Man 3 Rush Jet, you could get it with that by getting Rush Sub, which is a fun glitch. I'm mad because I discovered it before it became on Game Facts, and I never posted it because I was like 8. Oh, what? So one problem, and I don't know why, is sometimes this controller will desync, even though it's plugged in. And it only does it for brief moments. And I'm not sure what does it. So we'll find out if it does it again later. Hope it doesn't. There we go. Okay. We'll make it, though. We have to. I put on speed gears so the turrets won't shoot me. And then you always want to turn off speed gear, because then you charge it up quicker. Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, back to the checkpoint. Okay, I think I got the drill memorized. Oh, I thought I had it. There it is, okay. Whipped it a little bit. I'll get used to the disc. It's like so good, but it's just so different enough that you have to get used to it. But it's so worth it, I know it will be. Almost missed my jump. Alright, what I'm gonna do is... It's actually not that... Oh no, I didn't think about it. Yeah, I can't jump back in time. Oh, hello. Well, I'll be on for a while. I plan on beating the game in one sitting, and I'm at the Wily stages. Nope. Nope. Alright. Controls, keys, controls. Woo! Alright. Eh, not the best way to do that, but what are you gonna do? Man, it just charges so much quicker if you just know to stop it in time. Alright, I wanna do... Yeah, there we go. Ah ha 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 ha! God, this thing's so dumb. I think the speed gear alone is the reason that you should play this game first. Because you can almost cheese out half the game. No, it's up right there. Because I got cocky again. Alright. I think I might be wrong about the lives thing. Just because I'm not really using special items anyway. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. It's one of those things where you, like, spend the first 8 years of your life thinking you're hitting, like, down, but you're actually hitting down and slightly to the left. It's kind of what's happening with this Steam controller disc thing. Just have to get used to where things are. Then master the muscle memory. But this is 2020, Keist. Why would you ever master anything? You just complain until they make it easier. Which, to that I say... Speed gear. Oh, it's a different pattern. I think I got lucky there. And there. Huh. It's because of that item I have that doesn't make me walk off. sit tight while my thing charges. Two. Oh, he shot! Son of a... Ah! Alright, I'll have some lives since I have more screws now.
You stand on the threshold of the...
Okay, are you sure? Ta-da! Are you sure? Ta-da! Are you sure? Ta-da! Are you sure? Ta-da! Are you sure? Ta-da!
All right.
Good luck out there, Mega.
Let's go. I actually like the Steam controller a lot, and I never used it on a platformer. There's a lot of things. I just didn't do the extreme case. I really like these paddle things that are down here, but you can set these to jump and shoot as well, so you actually never, like... You only have your thumb on one part. Or you only use your thumbs for, like, weapon switches and movement. Wait, did that? Oh, okay, he rotates slowly. I was like, what? Other than that, I have a dual shock, or I have a 360 pad, or I could do keyboard, but I generally try to, like, challenge my muscle memory. For example, all the Wii games, I would rotate when I'm playing a game if I'm using my left hand for the nunchuck or using my right hand for the nunchuck. And I wouldn't switch it every day or anything, I'd switch it per game. So like, Skyward Sword, I beat right-handed. Twilight Princess, I beat left-handed. When I do the Metroid Prime trilogy run, I'll end up swapping. I'm not sure which hand I'll start with. Probably left for Prime 1. Part of it has to do with, I think games are kind of at the point where I think, oh my gosh, I'm not even shooting the right direction. Kind of at the point where I kind of want to like return to the nostalgia factor of when I was a kid and playing games, and like seeing the improvement factor of playing longer and actually getting better. This sucks. But a lot of games are just that much easier, I feel. Or I'm just that much better of a gamer, I'm not really sure which. Probably a combination of the two slightly. So I kind of want to challenge myself. Did it again, even with sped up. And I mostly do it because I like the satisfaction of like struggling at something and then actually succeeding, and it's amazing. Kind of like in fighting. It's also why I like fighting games. You like grind out that combo or that situation or that punish, and then you finally get it, and it's like the best feeling in the world. Alright, gonna sit tight, wait for the gear to charge. Speed gear to cheat through the checkpoint. Sorry, MPT. Oh, the trilogy? Nah, because I have it on Wii already. I've actually never played it on Wii yet. And I want to do it with the motion controls, more importantly. Which the Switch will not have, from my understanding. So that's actually the reason I like 3 a ton, is I did like the motion controls. So I'm curious if I like 1 and 2 more because of them. Which I know a lot of people are kind of on the camp against that kind of stuff, but I've never had any problem with the Wii controls. I also know that 90% of the scene, or at least the smashers, don't know about other users, never calibrate the damn things, so... Eh. Oh, it is just once. Why do I think he's shooting twice? I'm also one of those people who don't really need the newest version of a game. if I have an older version that I like. Like, I could have got the Legacy Collections just so I could have it on, like, 3DS or Switch or something. As far as, like, Megamans go, but I have it on PS2, so... Some exceptions is if, like, they actually added a ton of, and I mean, like, a ton of content, like the Kingdom Hearts game story so far. I bought that thing because it actually came with, like, the final mixes and everything. Which the original PS2 versions did not have. I just like games that rewards high tech, like being able to just know when to stop speed gear. Like so. And then you just keep doing it longer and longer because you aren't using it. Oh, shit! I think it would make... yeah. I think it will make some parts of the game easier. Man, your arm gets sore. Or at least that's what I felt about playing 3. Alright. I can't believe I died of a spike thing. Alright, I'll watch this. I was hoping I could cheat the system. Could cheat the system while I used coil. Ah, okay. Alright, figured it out. Ah, I did the thing. Classic Mega Man platforming stuff. There we go. Didn't take that long. Yeah, just as long as you stop it before it overburns, you'll just get it back so much quicker. It's crazy. Crazy! I think that's one of the reasons I like this game. Like, technically, there's so many options for not just, like, picking hard mode, easy mode, normal mode. It has a lot of what I call organic difficulty, where you could, like, do a challenge of, like, never... Alright, what am I screwing up here? Here we go. You can do a challenge of just not even using the gears to see if you can beat it that way, or not using any of the items and seeing if you can beat it that way while still doing hard mode, or you can just do that challenge on easy mode. Alright, I was gonna say, I thought I sensed danger. Ah! Nuts! Alright. Let's go! There we go. Oh no, I have to fight this guy legit now. Not that it was that much harder. Alright. We're at the Wily boss. How many lives do I have? 6, okay. And this is the part of the little game where you spam all the special weapons so you see what works. Oh, you can't switch in the middle of this? Ah, it's a Black Devil, man. Alright, so one of the things I can't stand about some of these Mega Man games are the bosses that you can only attack in certain windows. It just really bugs me. This one you're supposed to use speed gear to dodge the stuff on top of it too. Gotta think what's probably the best thing to use here. I don't know. I'm just gonna E-tank through it, I think. Not think about it too much. Oh my gosh. Man. Oh, I didn't... least they would make it so that you'll get 1 health back, but that might be an item I have too, though. I wonder if it's possible to dodge these in normal. Probably is, but... Uh-oh. Man. Oh, I see now. Alright, kind of getting the hang of this a little better now, but it's only got half health still. Interesting. Woo! At least you can get back here sooner. Man. Whew. Lose all my E-tanks in this leg. There we go. Holy cow. I do like the alternations they made to him, because that was kind of clever, but otherwise I was never a big fan of the Black Devils. Alright, so if I hit...
You stand on the threshold of...
Okay, Mega. Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?
I grinded all those balls, so I ended up having more than when I started.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Already. Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah, if I'm not going to use weapon energy, then I might as well just pump up the lives after all. Alright, let's see. I'm just going to save for the humor side of it. Again, don't tell me if this actually does do something, but it looks like it does. So that actually is a huge quality of life change. Yeah, this game's sick. I'm really liking it a lot too. I won't be able to rank it till after I beat it though. Alright, right. Yeah, the like I was saying earlier, TA, you might have been away for that part, is I almost think this game is probably the Megaman to tell people who've never played a Megaman to play first. In all honesty, compared to the others. It's just so solid. There's a lot of variety to it. And then from there, you can like find out immediately if they prefer like the ZX series or they prefer the X series without having to like worry about the brutality of the originals. Or at least the first one. Oh my gosh, exploding kids again. Wily, you monster. So what's cool is they even have sections where we could have grinded for gears if we did run out of E-Tank stuff. Quick draw for what? For cheating? I guess it's not cheating because they gave you a broken item. Ah, yeah, okay. I can see that. Soft reboot. I think it has to do with a combination of not knowing how to deal with checkpoints and with the idea of game design back then being more about like rewarding memorization than it was about like execution, I guess, if that makes sense. There's just a lot of what people consider unfair parts. You're like, oh, I know how to jump over a hole in the ground, and then you do that, and then something from that hole pops up and kills you, and then you fall to your death, and you're like, oh, okay, now I have to know about that thing. But one of the reasons that makes the game so good, though, is that it has the right amount of difficulty, so that you can, like, feel more rewarded when you do it. I wonder if I can... Okay, cool. Got drill dashes. Of course, I'm almost out of energy as I just did 2 of them. And then by NES standards, I don't think Mega Man was ever that hard. Maybe the first one or the second one on hard mode. But... at the same time, Mega Man had a lot of fair things that other NES games didn't. Like, it had a password system. So you could, like, come up with... You could just save your... So, you couldn't save your game, but you could just write your password down and then start from wherever you left off, or from whatever a friend were left off, or if you want to do, like, a specific challenge. Or if you just, something I used to do as a kid, I went through and I just beat every Wily stage in the Mega Man games I had, just to do it, because they do it with the passwords. Alright, hold on, sorry guys. There we go, okay. Yeah, that's probably the best way to describe it. It's excessively hard. You feel like the reason you lost is because you just haven't played the game. And the controls and the puzzles are simple enough in a vacuum. And there's a billion ways you could solve stuff. Especially depending on which bosses you fight. And which ones you can beat first. I'm kind of a weird purist, and like, you'll note that I'm using my regular weapon more often than the others, but that's because I came more from like a type of gamer who wanted to be that guy who has 99 potions. And then when there's a chance to use a potion, you're like, I'll just use something else and not use the potion. Whereas a lot of people in Mega Man 2, for example, like, Metal Blade is like one of the best weapons you get from Metal Man. And they'll just spam it every time they can, and then that's a whole different game if you play that way. I need to actually, like... Oh, really? That's cool. I was making a comment in one of the other ones. Alright, I don't need to use any tank. I think that was my first death for the level. Yeah, I might need the potion later. Exactly. And all the levels are so unique, is the other thing. Did I go backwards? Huh, I actually don't remember. Yes, I did. Whoops. That was a waste of health. Oh, I didn't get to it in time. Oh, never mind. Okay. I saw a ladder in front of me. I was like, oh, go down. Okay. Oh, I like it. You can use the little guys to kill it real quick. Oh, I did it in one shot that time, so you're getting better already. Just have to work on the cancel. Alright, this time I'm just sucking at him. Alright. Come on. I want the health. Woo! And then, sorry, concentrating a bit again. Gotta be controllers doing that thing again. Go down. Eh. Woo! Okay, made it. Oh, another checkpoint. That was nice of one. Like, Mega Man is either 1 or even 2, where they just, like, might not even have a checkpoint in the Wily stages except for the boss itself. Stuff like that. I think I'm safe here. We're gonna find out, and it'll be funny if I'm not. I don't like that there's a big ceiling of spikes. It usually implies that something's gonna try to launch me up there soon. Like the bouncing balls from before and the spring of the bounce stage. Almost. Almost. There we go. Alright. Ah! What the? Alright. Uh-oh. Oh, they came from the sides? Ha ha! Love it. I really hope C8 heard that one. Alright, we're at Wily. How many lives I got? Probably like 7. Okay, cool. No E-tanks used. Came from the sides! Oh god, you're falling. What do we got? There's kind of a boss like this in Mega Man 6. Alright, open up. Oh, okay. Alright. Oh, I got hit anyway. I like this boss. Kind of have to, like... Okay, this one's a little bit different from the reverse devil because, like, yes, you can't shoot him. You can't, like, damage him whenever you want, but you can, what's the word I'm looking for? You're in control of when he takes damage, I guess. Like, I guess these teleport sections kind of suck. Oh, just stay in speed. At least long enough to see where he aims. And then ignore my own advice. Okay, 3 shots. Alright. What do we got? What's next? Whoa! Damn it, then I died because I didn't look at my health. Those things do more than I thought they would. Oh, he fires 2 volleys when he's in that mode. That's good to know. It means I don't have to be at speed with the speed gear. Oh, got hit anyway. Oh, I didn't get him. Oh, that was a bad spot to be in. I'm paranoid, so I'll just use it anyway. Oh, I have to jump too. Damn. Oh, he's invincible. That was weird. Woo! Almost jumped into the laser. That would have been beautiful. Oh, I haven't had any dropped frames yet. Yay. No, Wily. No, Megaman, you want to go up, up. Go up the bone.
You stand on the threshold of the final battle. Please.
Okay, Mega. Are you sure? Are you sure? Ta-da!
Woo!
Sure? Ta-da! Are you sure? Ta-da! Are you sure? Ta-da! All right. Are you sure? Are you sure?
Ta-da! As
You
well.
sure? Ta-da! Are you sure? Ta-da! All ready.
Oh yeah, I'm overwriting. Okay. Ready. Just missed that. They don't have it. You'll hear it when I play the X series, folks. Cool, they even gave another spot where you can grind for gears if you really wanted it. Yeah, very accessible Mega Man. And it's a fun one. And I can't really comment on if I would call this a hard one because I just played Mega Man 9 and 10 on hard mode Proto Man, and that was hard. That was really hard. For those who don't know Proto Man, he has more options than Mega Man, but he that's the word I'm looking for. He dies very quickly. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. I don't know the weaknesses, because I beat him out of order, so we'll just kind of figure him out. They'll probably die a lot doing so. I want to say... Let's try you first. Nope. Let's try you next. Nope. Let's do the explosion one. Kind of? Yeah, a little bit. I'd rather find the weakness for sure, though, before I... not bounce. Yeah, I'm gonna find the weaknesses of all these the hard way before I commit to using E-tanks to beat this part. It's weird to tell. I can't really tell which one says. We'll go to a different one. Man! Nope. Was this the drill one? Oh, no, one of them was a weird one for the drill one. Not that one. Storm. Oh, it is this one. No, maybe it's not this one. Oh, my phone is dying, and my phone's my only way to your chat. You can't see the enemy's health. Oh. I didn't find out why you can't see the enemy's health. Hold on a sec, folks. There we go. I had it extended. I guess it was extended thinking it was like Halo. Oops. Should be good now. Yeah, I think it's T-Storm for that one. This one's definitely Scorch. Which is down, which is diagonal down left. Ah, I switched to an accident. Hitting it's gonna be a beast. Man, it's actually kind of not doing as well as I thought. Is it not this? Everywhere! I kind of liked him as a boss. Let's go here. Do I have to? Not this one either. No, definitely here. Alright, then use the big kaboom. Alright, so that one's ice.
Retaliate or detonate. Explosion.
Explosions! Are you the fire one? Oh, yes, you are. Ow. Oh, out of energy. Okay, but I know what the weakness is, so... So mission accomplished there. And then... my hat on a little too tight. Yeah, that's why I lost. My hat was on too tight. It was that for a John.
Let's get hopping.
Have to land eventually. I guess one minor complaint about this game is that they made the bosses like the X bosses, where you hit them once and it like changes their pattern up completely. All right. Ah, the electric. This one. Or is it this one? I don't think it's this one. Oh, is it the ball? I can't tell if it was the ball. I'll have to do that one again. Yeah, it's just things that you're just not used to with muscle memory. That's all it is. That's all it is. Ha! It's kind of worse. Yeah, it's definitely a bounce. Okay. What lives do I got? 2. Alright, I'll probably just try them out, get the continue, reload, and then do it again.
I'll drop you like a ton of bricks.
Yeah, I still can't tell if it's that one or not. And then I didn't try the back corner, I don't think. I didn't try one of the back corners.
Retaliate or detonate.
Yeah, this one's the fire weakness.
Don't be a dud.
I'm invincible for reasons! Let's beat him with the Buster. Is this one lightning?
Trying to take my spotlight?
Mac!
Like a road, frozen in ice.
I'm just glad he's a figure skater. Oh, it is lightning for reasons. Okay. Dodge if you can, Lightning Man!
Freeze right there.
Oh, I ran out of energy. Just have to pace it better next time.
Elegant, sheer beauty. The last.
I just realized that these don't fill up your energy when you beat them. It's because I'm doing hard mode. I have the thing on. Ooh, okay. So I'm gonna have to burn through all my E-tanks to get through this part. That's crazy!
Come on in, the acid line. Take an acid bath.
Alright. Yeah. Oh, it is this one. Just have to actually, like, dodge. Pay attention. But I don't want to pay attention. I want to watch the Let's Play. Do it that way. We went back in time, gentlemen. Yeah, they even got a spot where you can just grind for E-tanks. Or gears and then buy E-tanks. Very nice. Cool, let's kill some bosses. Yes. Alright, there we go.
Trying to take my spotlight? You want to dance? Feel freeze.
Do I have to?
Dodge if you can. Don't blink. Bitter, heartless, gorgeous.
I did that thing where I moved too quick. Alright, classic way just for doing it. Remember, keys, E-tank, E-tank, E-tank.
The music. I'm like a road, frozen in ice.
I bet you are.
Dodge if you can.
Even got an M-tank on standby. Oh, oh. I guess the healthier way would have been to retry a different boss.
Elegant. Freeze
Alright. Oh, okay, I forgot about that part. Oh, I didn't even have to fire the second shot. Yeah, you get no energy back for beating them. Makes this part a little harder. Almost makes you want to do lives for the strat, so that you make sure you have enough E-tanks at the end. Which might be the way to go. This one I'll use an E-tank though. Alright, this is the... Is it not? And I'm just fucking this up? It might be. Don't tell me. Oh yeah, the rubber one, that's right. Follow the bouncing ball! Alright, there we go. Start using speed gear, then we can do it. Okay, this next one I think I'm gonna die, just so that I have health back. But this is that one. Oh, I know which one we missed. We missed my favorite boss, and I don't remember if it's here or somewhere else. It's not this guy, for the record. I mean, we want it to be this guy.
Let's get hopping.
But it ain't this guy. Ah! Almost had that. Alright, then he does that, then continues the pattern. Woo! Didn't even need to die or use an E-tag. That was sick. What kind of flavored bubblegum do you think Bounce Man is?
Retaliate or detonate.
Alright, this one will die. Man, he goes power mode like immediately. It's like some psycho. Oh, but you can still hurt him during that time, because I hit him. Oh, the boring pink bubblegum? Got it. Probably.
Let the combat commence.
Meh.
Jutsu, the flaming fist.
This is the ice.
Speed gear. Speed gear.
Alright. I'm gonna use a tank, because I know I'm gonna get hit. And I'm dead if he hits me. Can't we just talk about this? Alright, next.
I've got a pretty short fuse. What's wrong? Don't be a dud. Power gear.
Oh, son of a bitch. Okay, I died. My boss is actually kind of annoying because he goes power gear a lot sooner than the others. Alright, stick to the plan. We're gonna do a different boss. Where is the drill guy? There he is. This guy goes nuts. Okay, wasn't that one. This is the one that I have to do. I'm already running low on E-tanks. This isn't going well. This is where it becomes Voltron. Oh, come on, dang it. Alright, try him again. Actually, no, we'll do, who haven't I used yet? Uh-oh. That's odd. Yeah, that was really weird. Is this one acid? No, no, no. This was the one that you do. There it is. This is just one of those, like, minimum range ones. You can't just, like... Alright, I'm gonna use the weapons tank now. Alright, got him. Whew! 3 left and 5 lives. We have an M tank and 4 E tanks. Might be able to continue here.
What are you doing here? You're just another brick in the wall.
All in all, you're just another brick in the wall.
Speed gear.
Oh, pfft. That was good. Go up corner. Up corner. There we go. All right. Do it.
I thought you'd make it this far.
Me too.
You're a few bricks short of a load. Hit the brakes. Speed gear. Fighting. You can't get on the side.
Let me get him before he transformed into Voltron. Oh, son of a... Or not Voltron, but... You know, Rita Repulsa stuff. Okay, Oh yeah, acid for the drill guy that I don't know his pattern. I don't know what determines whether my shield goes away or not. Maximum impact! Do it. Oh, it's too close to the explosion on it? Oh, man. Alright, fire I haven't used.
Retaliate or detonate.
See how much damage I can do with speed mode, I think is how you get this guy.
Speed gear.
Oh, I switched weapons on accident.
Ready to blow! Blow your shit off!
Man.
Heads up!
I'm just gonna use it. Alright, got him. Well, I didn't technically need the E-Tank, but what are you gonna do? 3 left. 2 lives left. Let's use the weapon tank. Dun dun dun! Oh, I get it now. I keep getting stunned by his shockwave. I just don't remember that happening when I first fought him. Alright, I was like, oh my gosh, am I gonna miss him because he's crouching? Oh, nice! I think I'll just try it normally first.
Never thought you'd make it this far. You're a few bricks short of a load.
But the question is, does she match you because of you, or because of just your non-racism? Because it's like the topic now.
What are you doing here? He'll drop you like a ton of bricks.
Oh, I like that one. Alright, so I think what I'm planning here is I'm gonna lose on the Wily fight, but if I could kill him before he transforms, which I think you can. Oh, I thought you could just walk under the legs. Okay. I want to know. Well, yeah, it looks like I'll tank the continue, but I think if I space at it outright with explosions.
Never thought you'd make it this far.
That's true.
A few bricks short of a load.
Unless they're psychotic. Damn! Didn't get him in time. Yeah, maybe this boss is just a guaranteed E-tank in this difficulty, I don't know. Oh my gosh, he does a ton of damage too. I think I had to dodge him with him like in between. Alright. Back in time again. We'll do Blockman first because he's fresh in my mind. Is this not... Is my phone not charging? It was not charging. Okay. Okay. while I'm falling. It's wine time. I'm doing all the rules. I'm breaking all the rules on Twitch. Okay. This one I think I have to use an E-Tank for.
He'll drop you like a ton of bricks.
Just because he, like, has the two forms that I can't seem to get around.
Hit the bricks. Speed gear. Take that. Now water flying. You're not the only boosted part of the block.
What if I am? Oh my gosh, the health down. I keep forgetting he does like half your health in one hit. I'm being too greedy trying to like get rid of the thing there. Okay, let's do the acid one.
Maximum impact. Speed gear.
Alright, got the pattern down. Oh, had the pattern down.
Speed gear.
Alright.
I see your
I didn't get hit once. It was great. Talking about the weapon? Yeah. It does look pretty cool. They all have different helmets and stuff. We'll just kind of cycle through for those who haven't seen all of them yet. Not sure which my favorite is. Might be that one. Alright, let's go. Oh, this is the drill.
You wanna bounce with me?
No! I mean, I do, but, you know, not in that way. Oh, he does have that kind of attack. Dang. I could work on him a bit better. Oh, whoops. Didn't wanna... Yeah, it's when I was like, oh, ice, go here. I'm like, I don't want the fire guy. I'll just... You know what, this thing doesn't take that much energy. Oh, wait, can he take damage during that? Okay. Alright, now that I've done him, let's do... Yeah, and I used a lot that time. Let's do the electric one. I think it's this one. Yeah, it is, okay. Follow the bouncing ball. I don't know the whole song. Something about Disney and singing corporate terrorism. Got him. Okay, so you can't kill them before they do their second phase, I think. So I just need to pay attention better. Does the B stand for blow? No, Johnny. It doesn't.
Time to begin the countdown. Explosion is art.
God, it's
Speed gear.
Daedra from Naruto.
Ready to blow.
Wow, he was a lot easier than I think I ever meant for him to be. Huh, okay. Didara, I can't say his name right, because I suck at names. There's a villain in Naruto who says explosions and art. Literally the same quote this boss just did.
You made it. Now prove yourself.
The B thing, now I'm drawing a blank. Got him. Oh, yeah, blowtorch, get it? B-torch, it's a blowtorch. What else could it be? Or it's a bitch torch or a bastard torch. I don't know. It's in the eye of the beholder. Yeah, from my angle, I'm looking at the phone to see the chat. It says 8. Oh, I wasn't. Oh, lame. Actually, I don't mind if I get killed here. Now I remember how I did this originally. And it's all coming back to me. Alright, there we go. Ballistic torch. You can just buy an M tank. Do I really care? It's kind of the perfect storm, so we'll just do it. Alright, I just have to admit to the fact that I have to use an E-tank on this thing.
Solid job getting here.
And that I won't be able to kill it. Or I should just save my, Now I can take one more shot. Exactly one more shot. Alright, there we go. Oh, he's already invincible when he jumps backwards. So dumb. Okay, it's not a safe zone. Yeah, I didn't want to do the E-tank, but I probably needed to do the E-tank. Oh, there was a safe zone. Gosh, I'm already like... Good lord. You know what? I'm doing this the way I did originally. Oh, the whole arm. Good, my gosh. Maybe I just need to do this first if I lose a continue again. Alright, oh man. I think it was a lot harder than I think the first time I did it. One left. 4 E-tanks. Not liking the odds, but what are you gonna do?
Now, start the music. I'm like a rose.
Dancing into the music. Oh, son of a bitch. I don't want to use E-tanks here, so I'm going to use lives on this guy. Weapons tanks. Might even use regular buster if I get low enough on weapon tanks. Could try the power boost. It uses more weapon energy, but might do the right amount of damage. Oh, that's the answer. Got him. Alright, got 4 E-tanks to beat the Wily boss. Not getting away this time! I hope this is his weakness. Oh, it's just the end of the level? Oh my gosh. Talk about the accessibility.
You stand on the threshold of the...
Okay, Mega.
Most Mega Mans, you gotta fight a Wily boss that usually has maybe 1, usually 2, sometimes 3. All within after the 8 Robot Masters.
Are you sure? Ta-da! Are you sure? Are you sure?
Ta-da!
Are you sure? Ta-da! Are you sure? Ta-da! Are you sure? Ta-da! Are you sure?
Alright, folks, we're getting to the end game.
Ta-da! Oh, are you sure? Ta-da! Already. Are you sure? Ta-da! Are you sure? Ta-da! Are you sure? Ta-da! Already.
Alright, I'm on the save screen. So weird being able to save over the Wily fights. So weird. Makes me wonder if it's one of these Mega Mans where there's 2 Wily stages. Or like 2 Wily zones, if you will. They stopped doing that after 6. Did they do this? Yeah, they stopped doing that after 6. They had it in 4 and 5. Kinda had it in 3, but not really. They like psyched you out. You beat the 8 Robot Masters, and you're like, ah, there's no Wily stages yet, motherfucker. And you're like, oh, man. Another part where you can grind for gears. Going up. This reminds me of Sigma and Mega Man 1. It's kind of like a part where it does that. Or Mega Man X1, I mean. I want to do controller Johns, so I will. I wish I knew what caused it. So I have it plugged in. Maybe my cord sucks, but... I'm trying to think what other game I did this with. I think it was... it wasn't Tomb Raider. Maybe this is the first game I've really done it with this controller. I just don't remember having as much problems when I was, like, trying it out. Got a sniper bot. I'm trying to think if there's a reason I actually had to ride this during that second part. Oh wow, they actually have that thing again. That weird gear thingy was in Mega Man 5? No? Maybe. Just fills up everything. Not your E-tanks, but, you know, everything. Oh my gosh. It's the 8 robots again.
Ah, Megaman, congratulations are in order. Congratulations to me, that is. My double-head did all the work.
He's not wrong.
Show yourself, Wily! I won't let you get away with all this!
Just try and
you can. I'm retreating. Oh, it's one of these. Oh, that's annoying. Maybe I don't need it yet. He... The weakness change, maybe? No, I'm just gonna keep doing what works then. Just in case. Might as well. Because I have 8 of them. So most, like I was saying before, most Megamans, when you get to the Wily stages, you have to do all of them with the like amount of items and stuff, so you can like run out of E-tanks and things. There isn't like a shop you can just like go and buy stuff. He's literally using not 1, not 2, but 4 gears. I think I've got him. Oh, I should have used an M. Would have been a little more efficient. Wah! Except for like the last 10 times you didn't win. Remember that, Wily? Oh, I could have slid under that. Oh, that was one of those where I... Oh, make sure I don't die. That'd be embarrassing. Calm down, Wily. Maybe I'm supposed to do something different. Oh, okay. I understand now. There we go. Any more?
Give up, Wily.
You leave me no choice. Time for Plan B.
Whoa!
Spare me.
That's...
Enough! You can't fool me that easily.
Drat. But don't act so cocky. I didn't lose to you. I lost to my own technology, my double gear. I'm the greatest. I'm a genius.
My. Will you never learn from your mistakes?
Grandfather!
Light. What are you doing here? You plagiarist.
Open your eyes, Wily. Look at Megaman and tell me what you see.
All I see is the instrument of my downfall.
Megaman wields tremendous power, but he has the intelligence to use it wisely. He's your vision and mine combined. If our ideas, our gears, could mesh together, Megaman would be the result. We achieved this together. It's not too late, Albert. Atone for your crimes and join me again.
Join me.
Silence!
Together.
My plans have only just begun, you fool! And I won't stop until I see both of you kneeling before me in utter defeat!
Hold it, Wily!
Sweet. 10 more Mega Man games confirmed.
Remember this! Dr. Wily always strikes again! Farewell!
Wily!
My old friend, perhaps our gears will never mesh together.
Doctor, the fortress is collapsing! Ah! I've been searching all over the place for you!
Ah, Otto! Did you succeed?
All good, Doc! But if you don't mind my saying so, I think it's about time we blow this joint! Dr. Light, follow me!
Dang. Right to it. This game's pretty good. I'm trying to think where I'd rank them. I'll probably put it lower than most people, because I do think this is kind of an easier one overall, because they just give you, it's all that modern gaming incentivizing and stuff. Like, not having to worry about having to eat tanks throughout the Wily stages is huge, because normally you had to, like, budget them, and then have to, like, learn how to do things, like, not perfectly, but semi-perfectly, but not having to worry about all that is crazy. Like, for those who missed the beginning of the stream, I grinded to make sure I had, like, guaranteed 50 E-tanks going into this. And it didn't matter, because you had save points each of the Wily parts, so then the beginning of each level, including the final one, had sections where you could grind for bolts until you had a stock again. Which I think definitely makes the game easier in a way that, for me, is less rewarding when I beat it. But again, I come from that NES era where it was like, you had to beat the game. A lot of us kids would have, like, maybe 10 games at home because it was just the ones your parents bought, or you had no idea about them because there weren't any walkthroughs and stuff. And so they'd be the only things you could play. And so you'd play one until you got stuck, and then you'd go play a different one until you got stuck. And you'd keep rotating between these 10 games until you beat one. And then it felt amazing when you beat that one, and you used the skills from all those iterations to then beat the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one. But then these days, it's kind of like the games come out, and they want you to beat them so that you can see the ending that, you know, the devs spent 40 hours on. So just different culture stuff. That's why I like it when some games come out like Cuphead and Sekiro that are like hard off the bat in that kind of way too. They're meant to be, you're not meant to like play the game until you're like get stuck and then you never come back to it. You're supposed to like kind of do other things and then get back to it and stuff. But we're kind of in that age where you have to play the game start to finish right when it comes out. Otherwise you're just gonna get spoiled when you're online or something. Or there's just so many games that you want to just be done with it and move on to the next one. I love how they're showing the, I like how they're showing all the robots that you fought in the normal levels. The guy with the hands, he was a fucker. I think your list and my list is very similar, except I'd probably swap 11 and 10, and I'd put 6 higher. Maybe I'd put 6 above 4. And I'd put 2 above 9. And then the thing is I have to do the disclaimer because we're in the year 2020. Just because something's in first place and something else is in second place, you don't know what that gap is unless you do like a tier list type of thing. Which I would put 3, 9, 2, 4. Okay, yeah, I'd put 4 above 1. I really don't like playing 1 as I replay 1. I kind of like do it because it's like a chore. So I have that one a lot lower now that I think about it. I probably have that one even above 7. Maybe even below 7. Point is, for me, 3, 2 are like insanely close, where you could like push one in any direction and the other one would be on top. I picked 3 because you actually fight the bosses of 2. And it's just longer. It's when the slide came out, so you actually had momentum and maneuverability. And then 9, they just put so much care into it that you just kind of feel it. It's like, it feels like a 2010 NES game. Which is fantastic, just like how Hollow Knight feels like a, 2000, whenever it came out, PlayStation 1 game or Super Nintendo game, depending on your point of view. Yeah, I think the only thing about 3 that loses to 2 is the soundtrack in 2 is just that much fantastic. And I think some of the levels in 3, just some of them, like, I'm not a huge fan of Top Man's level, or, like, the cats are okay. Music's good in Top Man's stage, though. Just the stages in 2, something about them, I don't know. I still think 3's really good. And the best. Three's also kind of hard, especially when you get to the Breakman section, where you have to beat the robot masters of Megaman 2. So what I'm disappointed in is that this doesn't do the numbering of the robots. Or if it did, I didn't notice it because I was reading the chat.
Right on time, Mega.
Right on time for what?
At the rate we're going, we should have all 8 robots back on their feet by dinner time.
Doctor, did you install Mega's double gear system into auto?
I did. I'll remove it later, of course. Just as soon as Otto's done working.
How come he can use it that long?
This is why you came all the way to the Gear Fortress.
Yes. We were able to recover all their primary components, so they should be just like new. It would be a shame to let their talents go to waste when there's still so much good they can do.
Isn't this great, Mega?
You bet.
Otto, you're slowing down. Why don't you pick up the pace?
If I go any faster, you'll be picking up my pieces.
Aw, they thanked me. Guess I'll save.
I strongly believe...
What do we got here? Okay, so they do have a challenge thing. Like additional challenges, yeah. Ooh, stats on all the enemies. We got our bosses. Okay, at least it does have the robot numbers in this part, but during the credits, though, I think Mega Man 6 has my favorite end game credits, because it actually, like, shows the bosses do all their patterns and stuff before it introduces all of them. Congratulations! Because you beat the game, you can do all the challenges easily, alright. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is for the hardcore. I'd rather have 12. I don't want another X game because, X was going in the... Well, okay. I want another X game if they do it like Mega Man 9, where they just make it a Super Nintendo game, essentially. And just go back to, like, making essentially an X1 sequel, just like Mega Man 9's like a Mega Man 2 sequel. Because I do like X8 a lot, with Zero and Axel and stuff, but they actually made it like different and fun to play and stuff, but eight has different problems in it. I don't want a game like that. I'd rather have them like do the Super Nintendo thing and bring it back, but... And even then... The main reason I like a lot of games with the X series is because you get to use Zero. And he just plays a lot different. Mega Man X plays... Yes, he's different than Mega Man, but it's still Mega Man. It's like it's an upgraded Mega Man. So I don't know. Alright, this ends Mega Man 11. Did it in 4 days worth of playing. Across, I think, 6 hours or something like that. I don't remember. It was good. Did it on superhero mode. I was kind of... Part of me kind of wishes that they didn't have that energy item. But what are you going to do? I'm going to see what happens when you load. Okay, so it just brings you back here.
Megaman! I've made a breakthrough!
Okay, Meg, are you sure?
Okay, so you beat the game and you get what items now?
Can I interest you in some
Unlock some of Mega Man's hidden potentials. Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. It's only 3,000, too. What else? And I'm still missing 2. Without filling your... Oh! That's pretty broke. I like how they give you these after you beat the game. Because then it's kind of like a weird new game plus thing that you can go back to stages and do your speedrun shenanigans or whatever. I don't know what these 2 items are. I'll look them up off stream or something. But anywho, that ends this. It's only 11:30. I think I'm going to switch it over to... I want to start... Okay, so really the games I'll be working on next on the stream will be rotating between X-Wing and Mega Man X, because I'll start going through the X series. Thought about doing those as TheKiest or Conquerors, but we're in a pandemic. More specifically, I'm gotta be isolated longer than most people, even if things open up. But I don't want to do those now. So I'll probably play a different game. I'm just trying to think what I'm going to play. I was expecting it to take longer on this because I didn't think you'd be able to like save in between Wily stages and go to the shops and whatever. Let's see. Whoops. Yeah, I guess I'll save again, even though I didn't do anything. Can buy those items just to beat Wily again real quick. Alright, what am I going to play? I'll use the Steam controller. So yeah, this thing felt great. And I kinda, what was great about it is the flexibility. So like, I could, at one point I was playing and I wasn't used to it, so my fingers were kind of getting sore because I was using the default controllers where it's like X was shoot and A was jump, so you kind of had to like reach far with the thumb. But then you can use these back paddle buttons. And I could see someone getting used to that. Where you just keep firing with this one and then jump with this one occasionally or something, or even jump with like a different button or something. So you have that option. I wish you could map stuff to this, but it had the weapon selection, which was kind of nice. I just did the simple thing of just made NES controllers, so this was shoot and this was jump. Which on NES it's BA because Japanese talk and stuff. You could use this if you liked it better. You could use this if you liked it better. There's just so many different cool things about it. And that's without even like trying to program other stuff. Like I think you could even change these to do different things. Yeah, I want to use this again. I don't know what game I'll use it on though. Because most of the PC games I play, it's kind of like mouse keyboard are the things to use. Maybe if I ever replay Psychonauts, but I don't know. I don't know.